JJ, the CPA is here. Let's go, let's go. Yeah.
Today's an exciting day, but have to get necessities first.
We are headed to Wichita, Kansas. Why? Going up to see Imagine That Toys. And how long until we are there? We just left.
2 hours and 42 minutes.
Well, we do have to do on every reality show, like I'll leave the area. And then you have to be, ask Gwen and her dad a question together, and then ask Gwen a question, ask Rob a question, like how'd you first come across, JJ the CPA? Why did you want to be on the reality show?
We actually found JJ because my dad was trying to figure out and understand the PPP.
By doing a search when we were looking for our PPP loan, he came up at the top of almost every single search that talked about PPP.
He started watching JJ's videos and really enjoyed his honesty and his ability to say, I don't know, or his ability to say, have you thought about these kinds of things?
That's how I first found JJ. But then in looking at some of the videos that he's done, he explains things in an easy manner that anyone can understand it. They can use that knowledge and then try to make the best decision they can for themselves.
We made it to Kansas! Mwah.
JJ the CPA is here, been doing this for years. We bout to get your money right, you got nothing to fear. From the burbs to the ghetto, put the pedal to the metal. I got my mind on money, kinda like Gordon Gecko. It's best to pay attention, you know that I love flexing. Cruising in the Jag.
Let's go on the sales floor, that's the pretty part. Currently our front windows, because we're doing window shopping, literally, are puzzles, because that's what people want, is puzzles. So we literally have our puzzles in the window, and customers are walking up to the rocks and going, I want to see this one, and then we hold it out.
They are on social media. We're going to talk a little bit more about their social media presence and just little tips and suggestions that I may have for them to take their social media up to the next level, because as you guys know, being on social media is imperative to your business, because social media is the new yellow pages. Facebook ads. I don't believe in doing Instagram ads. I don't believe in doing any of that. I believe in making the people work for you for free.
Yeah.
And if you use that, the power of social media is insane.
Yeah.
And it can just blow up.
Of your customers that are here,
Right.
because it's like, oh wow, like and it didn't even have to be that you have 25,000 followers, right? It's just
Well, that's why I've been messing around with LinkedIn.
Yeah.
With my socks every day, because my socks have matched since I was in the 6th grade.
Oh.
So I'm taking a picture of my socks with a little thought. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my spin on what you're doing and see
Yeah.
what happens.
yeah, there you go.
Honestly, I'm sure that you probably do have a lot of aunts that
Yeah,
buy.
cool aunts and cool uncles.
Aunts, they
Yeah.
just that's their thing, and especially, you have the aunts and uncles that can't have children of their own that
Right.
are spoiling their nieces and nephews. So they're going to be your Instagram people. So
Okay.
you need to make your Instagram post a little bit more fun and hip and cool. And
Even though I'm not fun and hip and
yes,
cool.
you are. Yes, you are. Your videos have been amazing. And then on Facebook, still do that, but it's going to be more of your informational. Like those are going to be the who, why, where, and how people. Like, tell me why I need this. Tell me who
Okay.
needs this. So you are going to have different age groups in that, but Facebook is probably going to be your main money maker.
Okay.
More so than Instagram, because moms and grandmas are going to buy more than.
And when tell them too the attention span,
You
because
have
on
3 seconds to grab somebody's attention.
but on Instagram, what do you think? Like when they're going to watch it 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Where Facebook, they're going to watch it 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's the reason why Instagram's videos are limited to 60 seconds. You can't go over 60 seconds. You can't even go over 60 seconds now on stories. It's only a 60-second story. They do it in 15-minute increments. So on Facebook, you can go over there and go as long as you want. I think your stories are limited to 2 minutes on Facebook, but Instagram is you have 3 seconds to capture their attention. So whenever people are scrolling,
Right.
and also you need to post on Instagram just to build up in the algorithm. But honestly, stories are going to be where it is because people are watching stories more than they're looking at pictures. What they do is they are finding your story, then going to your page.
Okay. So are they finding my story or are they finding my customer's story that tagged me?
Both.
Both.
Okay.
Both. But get creative with your hashtags because you can only do 1 hashtag per story.
At the toy show, do you play with the toys and tell us what you like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you sell stuff for the manufacturers too?
Uh-huh.
I do not sell stuff.
You don't sell stuff? What,
You did for Duckaroo.
yeah, what
Oh,
about
yeah.
Mr. Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the copying flamingo?
What about the copying flamingo? Yes, you
Yes.
did sell a lot of copying flamingos for the company.
What I'm looking forward to is when I'm meeting with a family-owned business, just seeing the dynamics of how everybody works together.
Rob, where are you going? You have to. You don't want to be.
She knows.
We'll include Rob back and forth.
She knows it.
Yeah.
I mean, Gwen is when we first went to the toy store, before the store was even open, I would be here, she would be there, you'd be the manufacturer. They would talk to me, and they would not talk to her.
Yeah.
No. I just.
I have
wanted
been
a
aware.
shot
I have
from
been
you.
aware of
A
that.
shot.
I've been aware of that since she was 24 when she opened the store. So she makes the decisions.
Yeah. Oh.
I
no.
work for her.
Yeah.
And she knows the Lego stores story. I don't.
Yeah. No.
I just say
Because that was one of the things when I was coming up,
Yeah.
shooting stuff for Future. I was like, I've never worked with a business where it was started by, you and your husband,
Yeah.
and then now parents are coming in.
Yeah.
It's completely opposite.
But then also, I'm trying to get a gauge of the interest of the others in the numbers.
Want your balance sheet to be the date that the books are most up to date. Okay, so they're not up to date through May 24th. So
Right.
we're always going to see numbers that wouldn't make any sense. So what we'd want to look at is
Because that's then the person that I'm now not realizing that I know that I will need to be communicating to about these numbers. So in essence, I'm figuring out who am I getting the numbers and the information from. And obviously if there's one owner, it's just dealing with them. But if we've got multiple owners or multi-generational, then who is it that now I need to communicate these numbers back to? I'm going to be brutally honest with you here. First, though, these owners have done everything they possibly can to ensure they are getting the best numbers. So this has nothing to do with their effort, their desire to have excellent numbers, and that is first and foremost evident because their POS system tracking their sales and inventory is second to none. Gwen knows what is in that store and when it has left and when the sales have occurred, whether in store or online. But they have somebody that's coming in and spending a significant amount of time, and I think the biggest reason for the disconnect is the one doing the books never asked what it is that they need, what they want, what they need to look at. And that's where I'm going to tell you, it's a crying shame that they don't have the numbers that they should because they want them. What's interesting, though, with this family is it does seem like everybody so far has been equally aware of the numbers, pretty equally aware of where the numbers come from and sales and inventory. So that is quite unusual with Imagine That Toys. So there was a toy store where I grew up in Mount Lake Terrace, and they had this Playmobil. And this right here just brings back a lot of great memories. They've come a long way, like a lot of the toys. But this Playmobil brings back times of hanging out with my buddies Jimmy and Noah and playing.
So as you guys know, we are in Wichita, Kansas at Imagine That Toys, and let me tell you that we will be back here. Not only have we become such wonderful friends with these two amazing people, but this store, this is legit, you guys. Like, this is so much fun. So While they are back there talking numbers, I'm gonna go exploring.
But seriously though, with these numbers that we're talking about, with the financials and QuickBooks and all that, coming out of what we're getting ready to come out of, you know, with the crisis and, you know, the numbers and things being different. I mean, you really need to know all that from a big picture. The beauty that you have is the POS system, right? Very, very, very valuable in terms of sales and history sales and your inventory. So really good job on that in the sense of, for as amount of inventory you have, and you have a wonderful store, but then when it comes to the management of the business, of how are we going to manage things with this as we're going up,
Right.
with QuickBooks, knowing then the overall picture, because you really just have two numbers, you know, which are the most important numbers, okay? Which is what are my sales and what's my cost of goods sold, which is your inventory. If you watch any of my videos, they're like the two biggest numbers, right? But in terms of your other costs and cash flow and knowing when things are coming due and when things have to get paid, we're putting together a system that's going to allow you to manage that better, to less get slapped upside the head with, well, crap, I didn't realize it was this much and then this much coming in November and December, because there's a lot of industries that they are getting affected right now, and you are based on your gross. But where you're going to have an effect as well is when the orders that you're making that you normally don't pay till September, October, November, December, whatever, right? Well, you're not really feeling any of that yet right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making your orders, stuff's coming in, you know, your sales are down, but here's what's coming up. So the system we're putting in play is that'll be kind of in front of you all the time with your payable report, with the way that it's, you know, scheduled, so that you can, if you need to make a maneuver or a change, right? You're knowing that in September for November. You're knowing that in October for December. You're knowing this stuff further along.
Right.
You're going to know your sales all day long, but of what happened.
Yeah.
So I just feel like with what we're trying to put together here on your financials and on your QuickBooks allows you to manage the overall business beyond just your top two lines, so that you're able to see what's coming to then maneuver. So I've talked a lot about where are you going to be in 3 weeks. This is going to tell you where you are, and then the way that you have really good systems in play. I mean, I'm just now matching up your QuickBooks to the systems you already have in play.
Yeah.
The way you got the Amex, the way that you're controlling your inventory, and then you've got your payroll costs, and then the fact that you got family, you know, working in the business. Now it's like, well, what else do we need to keep an eye on? Well, it's all these other things that are coming into play in your payables. So anyways, I think with our QuickBooks adjustments and the procedures that you have, I think you're gonna have more certainty, which gives you more confidence, which leads to less stress, which leads to better decisions because you're not making them in the moment, you're making them in advance. Boom! I think we came, we saw, and we conquered, as we saw on the way up here.
Yes, it was an amazing day.
Yes, we're here at Imagine That Toys. And we just had a great time, and Gwen and Rob, and we got to meet Al and got to meet their daughter.
Yes.
And Paula, so just true family affair, wonderful, wonderful people. They really have a handle on a lot, and I think just having a little bit of tinkering, you know, it's kind of like if you are, you know, redecorating somebody's backyard, they got the pool.
Yes.
Right? They got the nice fence.
Yes.
They have the, you know, nice patio.
Right.
But we're just coming up to maybe put a little bushes in and some extra flowers.
Yeah.
And some decorative rock, you know, just kind of sprucing it up on the accounting side, bookkeeping side. And then you talked to them about their social media.
Yep, we had lots of conversations about social media, yes.
Yeah, tons of it. And because they're on social media.
Yep.
And they're doing lots of different things, and it's just how do you leverage it? And then coming out of the crisis, just the value of understanding your numbers from a different angle. They have good numbers. They understand. They have a massive, spectacular grip on sales and inventory. They know that they're costs, but then it's how do you look at it from an angle of coming out of a crisis? And then same thing with the social media.
Yep.
It's just how do you leverage more of what you're already doing to take advantage of that.
Yep, exactly. Just little tweaks that people can do to take their social media to the next level, because it doesn't have to be as scary as people think it is.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Next time on JJ the CPA's reality show.
That's the joke in the industry.
Okay. That's underground. You're never going to know where it is, so don't even think you're going to come here and try and figure out what the next Lego release is.
No, it's top secret. We hide it somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you shut this one down?
Work, cause money never sleeps. You never met a CPA quite like me.
You never met a CPA quite like me.
Let's go.
Hey, honey, should we stop? It's a free pickle bar.
JJ and Amanda, here to save your business.
Boom, social media and numbers.
We got you covered on both aspects. So watch out. We're coming for you.
We're home, babe.
Yay! What a fun day.
Totally fun. Back in Edmond, and I don't know. You know what?
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. This is true. But I just love being a CPA.
Because you're amazing.
But I do. I love the relief that I can bring in such a complicated, misunderstood subject matter of numbers and financials and QuickBooks and bank statements, and I just feel like with Imagine That Toys that the way we're now going to be, the way that they're now going to be doing their books, when in 15 years they've never had financials that were used in their management decisions because the numbers just really didn't never make sense. But the reason they didn't make sense is that they weren't good numbers.
Yep.
They weren't timely numbers. They were old. They were accrual.
Yeah.
And question so many different things why people then don't use financial statements, because it's like, I mean, I don't get what this is. But
Right.
anyways, so we really broke it down, and the great thing is the way that they'll be doing it going forward will be easier, simpler, less time, more useful. And I think that coming out of this crisis, as I was telling them, they'll just be that much better off because these are their numbers.
Yeah.
And the way they'll be better off is if you know your numbers, you know your business. All right, hey, JJ the CPA with the Amanda. Don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.